Magic the Gathering has crossed with over a lot of worlds over the years, but few collaborations feel as inevitable as Final Fantasy. And recently, Wizard of the Coast released an interview with legendary character designer Tetsuya Nomura, the artist behind some of the most iconic characters in the series, including Cloud, Squall, and of course, Sephiroth. Now, what's interesting is that Nomura pointed out something many of us Magic players take for granted. A Magic card has to tell a story in a single image. In video games, concept art often acts as blueprints, a means to guide 3D models, animation, lighting, and gameplay system. But with Magic, the art is the final storytelling moment. When you look at a card, you're not seeing a frame from a larger sequence, you're seeing the entire narrative condensed into one scene. And Nomura said that's something he found really fascinating about Magic. Players look at a single illustration and then use their imagination to fill the rest of the story. Which, if ever stare at a piece of Magic art and wonder what exactly happened right before or right after that moment, yeah, you know exactly what he means. Another challenge for the collaboration was the sheer scale of the Final Fantasy story. Nomura reviewed our work spanning multiple games in the franchise, from classics like Final Fantasy VI to more entries like Final Fantasy XV. The trick part was making sure each character felt recognizable while still allowing Magic artists to bring their own styles and interpretation. And he actually noted something pretty interesting. Artists outside of Japan often emphasize environment and background storytelling more heavily instead of focusing purely on the character. They build a world around them. That perspective has something he found really exciting during the project. Now you're wondering which character Nomura himself chose to illustrate, and the answer will surprise absolutely no one. Sephiroth, one of the most famous villains in game history. Nomura even mentioned that decades later, people still ask him to design characters similar to Sephiroth. The impact of the character was never really faded. And when some of the cards were revealed at PAX East, Nomura watched the audience reactions as fans cheered for the characters appearing on screen. Seeing that level of excitement made it clear just how much overlap there is between Magic players and Final Fantasy fans. In other words, this crossover doesn't just feel like a marketing collaboration. It feels like two fandoms that were probably going to collide eventually, finally meeting at the same table. And honestly, I'm just hoping the inevitable Sephiroth command attack is as terrifying as it should be.